Hello and welcome to We Will Talk About It, the Supernatural Rewatch podcast where we watch one episode every week, spoiler free. I'm Meghann.
I'm Kat.
And this week we are watching season 1, episode 8. Bugs.
Bugs.
Okay. We are reaching the end of a long day of recording. We've been doing 3 episodes back to back. So we've just done Skin, Hookman, and we're finishing with Bugs. Not necessarily finishing on a high note.
No, we are finishing on a very low note.
Pretty universally known as one of the worst episodes of Supernatural that there is.
Yeah, it's not great. It's a filler. It
is. It's not my least favourite episode. My least favourite episode is Not for Ages. So we'll get there eventually.
I mean, this is like up there for me.
I mean, it's just, I did write multiple times in my notes, this is such a stupid episode.
It's really, it's like I said, it's a filler episode.
It's a filler episode.
It's got the boys rolling around.
So this was written by Rachel Nave and Bill Coakley and directed by our boy Kim Manners. Kim Manners actually told our Kripke that he shouldn't make this episode.
Well, it tracks.
Yeah, so good guess. Good
guess.
Good work, Kim. I think you were correct in this case.
You knew what was up.
Yeah, you knew what the case was.
Yep.
So we open on a construction site.
Yep.
And they're building houses in a housing estate. I will say all these houses look like how I picture all American houses look, like very Home Alone vibes.
Yep. Very rich.
Very big double-story houses. So it feels a bit cliche to me, but there are 2 construction workers being, one of them says, and I lost it because I was like, whoa, what a reference. These are going to be some fat houses.
Yes. And like you could never afford to live here.
But it would have been fat with a PH.
Oh, yeah. It was awesome fat as in like this thing is heavy. No, fat as in like blinging.
Yeah, you're right. They sort of say you're never going to be able to afford to live here. Dustin, who's the one who says that you'll never be able to afford to live here, walks over and falls into a sinkhole.
Yeah, near a tree.
And he's like, I think I've broken my leg or broken my ankle. Come and get me out. And his buddy runs off to get some rope to get him out.
I believe his name is Travis.
Travis? Yes, his name is Travis. And he goes off to do that. And then we start to see the bugs. Entirely too many bugs.
Me. My second note, like I've got 2 notes. My first note is nice housing estate. Second one, fuck me, that's a lot of bugs.
Yeah, so how do you feel about your no?
Yep, it's a strong no. It's the same with hitchhiking. Very strong fuck no thank you. We live in Australia where we have a lot of bugs, so we're used to bugs, but doesn't mean I'm going to be out there. I'm not going to be one with nature.
Yeah, my feelings vary. I'm pretty chill with spiders, as long as they keep their distance. And as long as they aren't too enormous, I'm pretty chill with them. I'm pretty chill with like moths and butterflies and flies and all of that sort of stuff.
I just don't want them in my house.
No, definitely not. But if it's cockroaches are a hard no for me. They're so gross. And
praying mantis for me. Little stick figures. But I also don't like frogs.
You don't like frogs?
I do not like frogs. I like them from a distance. I enjoy, in Australia we have beautiful green tree frogs, and they are beautiful, but I don't like things that are unpredictable, so you can't see where they're jumping.
Okay.
And because a startled frog will jump where it needs to jump out of the line of fire, it freaks me out to no end. Okay. And
I love frogs, but yeah, cockroaches are a no from me. Another big no is centipedes and millipedes. Anything with that many legs I find really upsetting.
Yeah, look, I agree with you. Like, I don't like worms. I don't like basically insects.
Insects are a no for you.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm a princess. I'll happily admit that. Happily, don't shame me. I know what I'm about, and probably why again you and I both don't know the laws of camping in Australia.
Very true,
because that's where bugs live.
Anyway, back on track. Back to poor Dustin. He's trapped. He finds a bunch of bugs.
And they're crawling over him. They move very quickly for bugs.
They move very quickly and they start to attack him. And so by the time Travis comes back with a rope, he looks down and Dustin is dead and there's blood everywhere. His eyes are all bloodshot.
Yeah. Blood coming from his nose and mouth and ears.
Yes, definitely. Suspicious death for someone who just fell into a sinkhole.
Yeah. One of my notes is bugs in the ears. No, thank you.
So we cut now to Sam and Dean. Dean is in a bar hustling
Like a pool hall kind of scenario.
Yeah, like a roadside.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like a, stereotypical biker haunt, even though it's probably not, but that's what the kind of vibe's going for.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got as well. Sam's out the front reading a newspaper. Yeah. He's found a case. He's read about Dustin's mysterious death.
Being a mad cow disease.
Yes, a human mad cow disease, which is like a thing in the 90s.
Yeah, and even the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm. And Dean says, like that thing on Oprah. And Sam's like, you watch Oprah? And Dean's like, what?
Also, that's very dated because he's like, men can watch Oprah too.
Firstly, yes, but also I feel like who hasn't? Right. Sick at home at 3 p.m.
Watched a bit of like trash TV.
Watched Oprah.
Yeah.
Like I think that's every kid did that.
And they
Dean's stuck on some hunt and being like, well, I can't go and, do
anything. He's not watching Ready, Steady, Cook because I remember that being on as well.
And also it's an Australian program, so that would be a real surprise.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be a real surprise.
That would be very confusing.
There's also a British version.
Mm-hmm. Still not American.
I know, but maybe they got some British. I don't know.
I doubt it immensely. So, yeah, I kind of like the idea of Dean, like, middle of the day.
It's like, well, I got to wait for Dad.
Yeah, I've got to wait for Dad, or I can't hunt this thing until night. I'm going to watch some TV. Let's
eat some trash food, yeah.
And watch some Oprah. So they decide to go investigate.
Mm-hmm.
They go to where the accident happened. Or first they go and speak to Travis.
Yes.
Pretending to be Dustin's
nephews.
Mm-hmm. And they sort of find out what's going on and where it happened, and that there were really no signs beforehand that he would have had human man cow's disease.
Yeah.
So they go and investigate. They
drive to what it's actually called Oasis Plains Estate.
Mm-hmm. And one of them has to go down into the hole to have a look.
I like their little riffing. They're like,
yeah, this episode's obviously kind of known for being one of the worst episodes of Supernatural. And I don't disagree. It is pretty stupid.
They have a little bit of like little nuggets of
but I feel like that this episode, I started to see, you sort of see Sam and Dean as brothers and that kind of brotherly banter and bouncing off each other. And you've sort of had that this whole time. I think it's very believable from the start that they're brothers.
Yeah.
But I think that this is kind of where it starts to shift, that it's Jared and Jensen playing Demon Sam being brothers.
Yep.
And Jared and Jensen feeling that chemistry as well. It's
very organic.
Yeah, it feels very natural. It feels very true. It really comes through in this episode, which otherwise isn't maybe
the best
episode.
No.
So they go to flip a coin, and then Sam says, nope, I'm going down. And Dean's like, okay, fine.
Yeah, send the freaking giant down the hole.
Yeah.
He could just literally step into it and then step back out.
So Sam found some bugs, which doesn't really mean
just
much.
Some beetles.
They're not really sure what that means.
Yeah. And Dean's very angry. He's like, what, just some beetles?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? All right.
And so they're like, well, we need to investigate further, find out some history of the place.
They're driving through the estate where more of the houses there's some completed homes.
Yeah. And they see a open house with a barbecue.
Open home barbecue. He's like, let's get some barbecue. Of course, Dean has two loves, women and food.
Yes. And so Sam kind of jokes, you sure it's not just for the free food? And he's like, no, I'm a professional. So they go, they open the door to Larry, who is like, oh, lovely. And then says, oh, we welcome anyone of any race, religion, color, or sexual orientation.
Oh, yeah. The old 2000s gay couple joke.
But even beside that, why say race? Honest to God. So I think, the sexual orientation thing is obviously the butt of the joke or the point of the joke, but just even saying race for me was like, yikes.
Yeah, cringy. He could have just said all walks of life, and that covers all of the topics without listing out like sexual orientation, race, religion.
Yeah.
It's
what races wouldn't have been accepted, guys. Yikes.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to unpack with this.
It's a bit yikesy.
Yeah.
I feel like if we had a bingo card of things that don't hold up today, this whole episode has multiple ones that don't hold up today.
Yep.
But Sam and Dean just go, oh no, we're actually brothers and we're looking for a house for our dad.
Dad, who's like looking for a try. And they're like, yep, we also welcome seniors. I'm like, cool, good to know. So the boys are let into the house and they're talking to Larry, and he's giving them the old sales pitch of how they found this land like 12 months ago. It was nothing